Yeah. This is Steven Totillo from Kotaku, and we are looking at the PlayStation VR headset, and this is going to be an experimental shoot. I've not done a VR shoot for you guys before, but we try to show you as many games as we can on the Kotaku Facebook page. So yes, PSVR, we've got it here. This is only part of the contraption, and I'm going to try to show you the other parts as well before we go into the games. So the headset we'll do last, actually, and let me direct you over to the PS4. PlayStation VR, by the way, is coming out on October 13th, and the setup that I'm showing you costs $500 for the bundle. You get this box here, and this box has a bunch of wires coming through it. You have to connect some of it to the front of your PS4, two HDMI cables out. One of them is going to your TV, one of them is going to your PS4. So this thing here is a new device that you add on top of it. It takes its own electric power, so you need an extra plug for it. And then it's going to send a signal out to the headset, but you may notice some other things around here as well. We've got two PlayStation Move controllers here and a regular PS4 controller. Lots of stuff. You're going to be using one or the other to control your games, so a lot of the games you can just play seated with a PS4 controller, DualShock 4. But others use these old things. These are the PlayStation Move controllers. Sony put them out about 6 years ago. They are supposed to be like their answer to the Wii Remote. It's nice that people may have them already, because then it'll lower the cost for a PSVR for folks, because if you just want the headset, it's just $400. But if you don't and you need the bundle, $500. The drawback, though, is that these things are not the most accurate things, even when tracked by the PlayStation camera. That's the one thing that I can't show you, but just trust me. There's a camera that's over my television. It's a PlayStation camera. It's the same one they've been using for many years, and it is going to be tracking my ability to control this stuff. So enough of me in real life. I'm going to go into VR land, and in the process, we are going to go to more of a split-screen approach here, and I will talk you guys through how this works. So again, we're looking at PlayStation VR, and I will put these controllers down for a moment. You can usually do this stuff seated or standing. Most of the games do not require you to be standing. Two lenses on the inside, by the way, if you care, so this will go right on my face. But we're doing everything standing here just to make life easier for our camera people and producers, so we don't have to move around back and forth. Oh, let me show you this. So I press a button in the back, and it expands this out. So if you have like a weird long head, you'll be fine. Also, just a bigger head will fit in there okay. And it's actually really comfortable, more comfortable than the other major VR headsets. So this halo thing goes around my head, as you see, all around. So this is actually pretty far away from my face, and then I press a button under here, and it moves in, and then I get comfortable enough that I can't see a lot of light coming in around the side. It is a wired experience, so this is hooked into the PS4, and then here are my headphones. The Oculus Rift has its own built-in headphones, but both the HTC Vive, which is the one that Valve backs, and the PS4 VR require you to put in your own headphones, or they come with little cheap headphones. So these are just my iPhone earbuds. So now once I'm in here, hopefully you guys can see what I'm seeing. Frank, they can see it, right? They can see what I'm seeing? Okay, so you're seeing what looks like a normal PlayStation menu. I'm going to take a peek for the PS4 controller, and then I'm going to go back out to where I should be standing. And so let's talk about what's happening here. I am seeing the same thing as you guys in terms of the PS4 menu screen, but I'm seeing it hover in a field of blackness. And it's actually not straight in front of me, but a little bit off to the right and tilted down. Now, if I look straight ahead, I get a prompt to press the options button or hold it on my PS4 controller, and it snaps to now being right in front of me. I can actually set this to 3 different sizes. So this is what they call cinematic mode, and you can have the screen at 3 different scales. I'll try to see if I can change that actually, and I don't know if that'll look different for you guys, but yeah, here we go, screen size. So small is like so, this really feels like the size of the TV in real life. This now feels like I have, a bigger TV than this room had room for, and then this feels like I am not quite front row at a movie theater, but it's a really large screen. You can play anything that you have in your PS4 library, and a bunch of different games downloaded on this system, in this cinematic mode. I found that this mode even was working without me having the PlayStation camera attached. So I think it's really just a matter of the displays coming into my headset, and you can play games. And Kirk Hamilton, who did our PS4 review, he was able to play some Destiny in this, because of course, what does Kirk Hamilton do with his spare time? He plays Destiny. But we've got a bunch of VR games to try out, so we're going to go into those, and the cinematic mode thing is going to be a thing of the past as we go into stuff that is much more VR all surrounding. I'll tell you in advance that thing is going to be very different for me and for you. So me in the headset, I'm going to be seeing a game world all around me. It's going to look like I am bathed in video game graphics. It's for you, you're going to be seeing something that's still projected on a 2D screen. And so I warn you, you're probably going to be underwhelmed by the graphics that you see because you're going to be like, this just looks like a PS3 game. Why are you so impressed? Or why are people so excited about VR? But for me, it's like I'm inside a thing. It's the difference between looking at a postcard of the Grand Canyon and standing inside the Grand Canyon. Well, sort of that difference, but I think you can get that metaphor. Also, we've got Frank, as always, checking out comments on Facebook. So if people have questions, do ask. But the poor guy's got to monitor a bunch of things at once, so he may not see all of your questions at once. But if you have pertinent ones, hopefully he'll check it out. And we've got John on the camera here, giving you guys a great view, hopefully, of me. Can you see now that I have a virtual version of my controller in the VR world? Frank, can the people see that? Can they
yes,
see the
they can. Yeah, we see it. Absolutely.
Okay. Now, one of the things that we've pointed out about the tracking on the PSVR is that it's not as stable as we found, both me and Kirk have found with the HTC Vive, which just seems to have a better sensory setup. So I'll hold my hand still, and I'm looking at it still. So you can see from the split screen, I'm not moving, and yet the virtual controller is kind of shaking a little bit. It's moving in and out a tiny bit. Some games have this issue worse than others. It's one of the things that makes me and Kirk worry that this tracking is not as good as it needs to be. But once the game gets going, you kind of forget a lot of that, and it's fun. So right now, I'm seeing, I feel like I'm standing in outer space. I see like lines going, like streaks going below me. I have this glow from the logo coming in right at my face as I start this first game, Super Hypercube. It's going to make sure that I know what I'm doing, which is, do I know how to rotate a cube? I do. Using the controller for this. This is a very basic game. This one costs, I think, $30. But of course, the price for entry of VR is much higher than that. Let's check out the world rankings and see how I'm doing. I was number 4 in the world yesterday, and I'm still number 4 in the world. Quite nice. Looks like I'm above some of those lousy people at Giant Bomb. Good. Okay. I like the Giant Bomb people. I think they're doing a live stream as well. So they're probably funnier than I am, but I am just trying to get you straight to the content, folks. So here we go. We are at level 1, wall 1, and what I see is this cube is kind of hovering about like a few inches from my face, and that wall is like many feet away. It feels like it's like in another room, and then the wall kind of moved toward me. The game here is that every time I go through a wall in Super Hypercube, I get blocks added to this shape. I look around it, and I can see, because again, one thing is much further away than the other in terms of my perspective. I look around it, I see what size the hole is, what shape it is, and I go through it. Cubes get added, I look beyond it, okay, need to be this way, speed through. For me, when I look behind, I can see, I feel like I'm in this huge hallway full of lights and I feel like I'm in like an airport on a people mover right now, and I can see all the way down the terminal. For you, again, you're just seeing a flat thing. I can look all around this 3D shape, and I can see it. It's like this object that's hovering in front of me, and then I send it through the wall. Notice I'm not really moving my body that much. The PSVR is not designed for what they call room scale VR. That's something that the Vive does. In that one, you define like a space in your living room or your office that might be more the size of an area rug, or even bigger, like a parking spot or something like that. You put up 2 sensors, one in one corner of the room, one in the other. It bathes the room in light, and from there, you're able to have your controllers and headset tracked in such a way that you can actually physically move around in the room. They have games where you're like crawling through air ducts, like spy games. And in those games, you're actually doing that in your room, in that space that you've cleared out for yourself. PSVR isn't like that. PSVR is about standing in front of the camera, which is probably mounted on your TV. So it's standing in front of your TV, and then doing kind of virtual world stuff in that relatively fixed position. I can turn, I can see stuff that's rendered to the right or to the left of me or behind me even, but the action is usually in front of me. I will do a little more Super Hypercube, and then we will move on to the next game. This is, again, for those coming in late, I'm Stephen Totillo of Kotaku, showing you guys PlayStation VR, which comes out on October 13th. And this whole thing on my face costs $400, $500 if you also are buying the Move controllers and the camera needed to sense all this stuff. We have a written review on the site right now. We also have a review of the Batman game, which I'll be showing you in a little bit. Now it's like there's a whole huge like Tron-like thing sloping way down beyond me. It looks like it goes down like 3 stories below. A little vertiginous. And I will give you guys a new game. So that was Super Hypercube. Let's go to Battlezone. This is going to be another controller game.
While you're setting up the game,
yeah, Frank, what are the people saying?
People want to hear about cinematic mode.
How stylish do they say I look, by the way?
lots of style comments.
I'm just going to wear this out in New York City, just wear the headset and see what kind of comments I get.
How do you feel about that? Have you tried the cinematic mode yet? People would love to hear about that.
Yeah, so I talked about the cinematic mode earlier in the stream, so once this is archived, y'all can like go back and take a look at it. The cinematic mode is similar to what the effect that you're getting right now during this loading screen. It's a virtual screen that's hovering in a black expanse. There's 3 sizes to it. The smallest size looks to me like I'm just seeing my television screen, the same size as my TV when I'm at a normal distance from it. The biggest sizes feel I'm closer to sitting close to a movie theater screen size. I haven't played any games in it. Kirk has. He played Destiny. Right now we are not in cinematic mode. We are in the beginnings of Battlezone. But Frank, are you seeing any other questions?
Thanks for recapping. Let's see. I'll keep them going.
All right,
keep it moving.
You keep it going, as hopefully people will have other questions. But right now we are in Battlezone. This is a $60 game that is basically a reimagination of the classic Battlezone game.
Identification Nexus.
Like Super Hypercube, it's a launch game for PSVR, so it'll come out next week. I'm just going to play, or play online. Maybe we'll actually run into somebody. Join game. Let's see if anybody's playing. Oh, we don't want to. I don't think we want to crash the developers' play time right now. Let's see. We are going to do a new campaign and see if anybody joins us. We don't want to have to answer any awkward questions about.
Have you noticed a frame rate drop in cinematic mode? Not to go back to that.
I've not played much cinematic. I've not played any cinematic mode, so I couldn't say. That's a good question that Kirk Hamilton will be able to answer, but unfortunately he is not here to answer, so I couldn't tell you. I'll check it out though at some point. We'll see. Maybe we can even go into a game at some point if we have time right at the end, or do another stream tomorrow. But we're going to go into Battlezone. This game, I guarantee you, you're going to be underwhelmed by the graphics you see, even as I am amazed by them, because you are going to see flat PS3 looking graphics, and I'm about to see, as you'll sort of dramatically lead into this, a whole world around me. There we go. Okay. So I'm like, oh, I lost my controller for a second. See that? So it loses the controller. You notice that? That's the limitations on the tracking. All right. So I am in a tank, and you are seeing some basic video game graphics, and I am looking up, and I'm seeing the sky above me with clouds. And I'm in this thing that feels like it's like 3 car widths wide. I feel like I'm looking to a car in the other lane, but it's really just the right panel of my pylon or whatever of my tank. Goes out pretty far ahead, as if I'm in a car and there's like a hood. I should probably shoot that guy. Pretty basic controls here, and hopefully no one's gonna die. What is... Huh. I don't know why I'm having so much trouble hitting this guy. There we go. I'm at a little bit of a disadvantage playing solo because this is a game designed to be played online with up to 3 other people. I've been joining people's games throughout the review process, and what I've learned is that if you drive your tank next to another person's tank, you guys start healing each other's tanks. How you heal on your own? I'm not quite sure. So. You should switch weapons. Okay, this will be better. So this game is really good for just a sense of scale and vastness. I guarantee you that if you get a chance to try some Battlezone, you will be impressed with just the feeling that you're in a really huge environment with stuff all around you wherever you look. It's an arcade tank battle game, as you can tell. They've divided the game up into hexagons. You are fighting skirmishes on each hexagon and getting control. Powering up. I'm about to die. Respawn? I don't remember this game being this tough when I played it without streaming. Maybe I have stage fright. But yeah, big world all around me, driving my tank. I can go over to this, I have this 3D map in front of me that, well, you can see it too. And I can see that there's a thing I can hack over there, so I can drive over there. The progression of the game is, as the longer you play and the better that you do, you unlock better weapons, and you can go to waypoints in the map and spend them and get better gear. I think tougher enemies show up as well. But this one's really just impressive for the sense that it should be, I have to shoot it. Shoot it to start hacking, right? Huh, it's not hacking. Why isn't it? It should be hacking. Oh, this one is the one I can hack. Here we go, hacking. So this one is just really impressive for a sense of being in a large virtual object that feels quasi-physical. Okay, so, but you've got a basic sense of how this works. Let me play a little bit more. Destroy this guy. Well, we're still driving around.
Okay, Jody, just to answer your question here, we are actually also have a TV monitor here as well for us to watch along with Steven. So you can definitely follow along on a TV so your friends and family can watch you play.
Yes, right. The TV screen in the room that we're on is showing the games as well. We're going to move on to something a bit more chill, Wayward Sky. This is from Uber Entertainment, and I'm going to get the PlayStation Move controllers for this one. So I'm flying blind here, people, but I have the controllers, can't see them in my virtual life yet. I can see a little bit below me, so I can see, like, okay, they're down there.
Josh is also asking what are the space requirements?
Space requirements are basically what you see here. So if you're looking at, not at what the game is depicting right now, but me in the shot of me in real life, like, it's like, this is kind of the width. I guess it can go a little bit wider than my arm span. That they want to have freed out. Games will have you reaching out to the sides to a fair amount. They're expecting you to be a couple yards away from your TV. There's you should Google PSVR FAQ. There's an ultimate FAQ on the PlayStation blog. They probably have the schematic or link to the schematic that shows. But basically, it's having some clear space that you would have in front of your TV. It would be the same amount that you would have needed to have played like Wii Tennis. I'm hesitant to say a Kinect game, because for some people they needed, especially with the original Kinect, a wider field of view and had to stand further back. But as long as you were like not about to throw your remote into your TV when playing Wii Tennis, like, this is kind of the space that they're looking for. Stand comfortably in front of it. Less space required than the room scale VR that the Vive has, which is super cool. And you're like building stuff in your room and crawling through air ducts and all that. They want more space, but here, not the case.
And
so
here's a question from, that also folks are asking, but I am also concerned about. Can you sit down and play for folks who have like a bad back or can't stand for a long time?
Yes. So most of the experiences can be played sitting down. Batman has a sitting down option, but they recommend that you stand, and you'll understand when you play that how it's designed more for standing based on your relationship to the character. This is actually a very different type of game, and people scoff at these third-person games being in VR because they're like, what is the point? But I'm going to show you, see if I can convey some of this. So this is Wayward Sky from Uber Entertainment. I forget if this is like maybe $20, 20 or 30 bucks, I think it's 20. And PlayStation Move operated, really only need one of them, but if you haven't seen this effect before, a lot of VR games do this on Vive, and some of them do it on PSVR as well, where the controllers that I'm holding in my hands are represented virtually, in this case, as this like little flashlight kind of looking object. And you'll see that it's even replicating some of the buttons. So maybe if I turn it this way and then you compare the views, the triggers are represented by an in-game trigger that even can respond and move when I use my finger on it. And there's other buttons that are represented by this. So it helps you sort of know. Unlike the Vive, they're not showing where your hand position is on some of this. The Vive has some sort of haptic feedback, and you can tell like that's where your thumb is, and you can see a dot representing that, but that's okay. So this game, Wayward Sky, is, I think we go into it here. I'm about halfway through. Oh, no, this is for a building thing, so let's go out of this. And reset view, resume. No, we don't want to do this. Oh, out of there. So these are my hands represented by the controllers. We want to go into the actual game. Oh, what am I? Resume right there, of course. So this is a third-person game. So think of this as point and click adventure, but there are other third person games that are more like Tomb Raider or Grand Theft Auto, where you would see behind the character. And I say other games in terms of VR in general. There are a fair amount of third person action games. And when people see footage of these types of games, they usually say, what is the point? It's not using VR. Because a lot of people think that VR games should be about first person, you're in the character, you're in the character's head, and you're seeing things that way. So what's happening here? Instead, I'm like this giant who's standing in the playing field. So I'm looking around, and it's as if there's a big diorama of a game set up all in front of me. Like you see those scenes in movies where like the generals are at the war table and they're pushing things around. Well, that's sort of how I feel right now. And I see this big pipe, and it's like extending its way out of the room that I'm standing in real life. I see robots fighting over there. That's probably outside the window from the building that I'm in right now, but I see little robots fighting. For you guys, it's all flat, but for me, it's this like diorama of gameplay that's happening in front of me. And in this case, I just point to parts of the game world, and the character moves toward it. So the idea here is this girl's dad, she and her dad crashed, and they're trying to rescue him. So we set up some chicken feed here, point and click, pretty basic. She's gonna grab the chicken, go over here. So one of the things that's nice about a game like this that's in third person is that some of the motion sickness issues that people face when they're playing VR games, not really evident here. These games are very stable and comfortable to play. You can... Okay, little cutscene. Okay, let's see what we do here. Okay, so... turn my controller around, so we're gonna grab this. Okay. So, spray some water. Robots, I guess, explode when they get hit by water, but not this robot. This robot is waterproof. What about the chicken? Nothing. Boo.
I was hoping it'd be like Zelda, where you piss the chicken off and it just attacks you.
Yeah, it's a video game tradition. Come on, Uber Entertainment, don't you know? That's how it works in video games.
How precise are those controllers you're hanging out with? That's a question we got here just now.
We have criticized this a bit in some of our reviews already, that there is a bit of shake and jitteriness that we feel is due to the fact that the PlayStation camera does not track the PlayStation Move as well as it should. So I'm going to hold my hand as still as possible, and you'll see little wobbles here and there. This game I actually feel like is more stable. Kirk said that he had some more jittery controller problems with this, but in broad strokes, if I'm turning and I want to like point at the robot, I can point at the robot, and I feel good about that. If I had to do something where it's like very steady, like I guess if there was like a surgery game or something like that, I wouldn't be confident that the Move controllers would be up to task. But as I said in some comments under my Arkham VR review, the Wii had really bad motion controls. It was really subpar, and yet Wii Tennis allowed for that. They didn't use super precise motions, and it worked. Let's see what we're getting out of this. My hands, make fists by pulling the triggers. We take the device. Okay, wait, did I get it? Oh, this is weird. Now I'm like inside the table. This feels awkward. And I feel like the table is kind of like shaking a bit, or the ground that she's on. So this feels weird. I guess this is a zip line. We don't have all of the launch games yet for PlayStation VR, so I'm showing you a sampling of them, but Sony has only sent us about 10 out of, I don't know how many total it is, but for example, we only have a demo of Riggs, which is a competitive, I think it's 3-on-3, like sport mech game. We don't have the full thing of that. We don't have Here They Lie. We don't have Res Infinite, although there's a demo of that, which was a little nauseating. But this is the basics of how, or maybe we do this over here. This is a fun little game. I played 2 hours of it, and I guess I was halfway through. Again, pointing, clicking, figuring out, okay, I'm turning the bridge here. I'm interacting with the robot there. I'm doing that type of thing. I'm clicking on hidden stuff in the environment and unlocking stuff. As a result, I don't see any hidden stuff to unlock. But that's Wayward Sky for you. Moving on to Batman.
Well,
let's show you some.
Show a little bit of Batman, but then we should try out our special secret game.
Oh yeah, we have a surprise. I'll just talk through the other ones that are here that we won't get to today, but maybe we can get to another day. The Tumble VR is like Jenga. Rush of Blood is an Until Dawn horror spinoff that is, I don't really like it that much. You're like a roller coaster ride and you're shooting, so it's a rail shooter. Job Simulator is very funny, also on Vive. I'm getting a lot of shake right now, so if for whatever reason the Move is not liking, or the camera or my headset is not liking me standing right here. Maybe it's me gesticulating in front of the the sensors here and the lights of the controllers getting confused with the headset. Harmonix VR, you make music. PlayStation Worlds we'll do a little bit later, but we're gonna be Batman for a few minutes, and then we're gonna end with a fun thing with a shark. Very fun. So Batman Arkham VR, made by Rocksteady Studios. These are the people that made Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, Arkham Knight. And they decided to make a VR experiment. It launches, I guess, a timed exclusive with PlayStation 4. There's some advertising information out there that seems to indicate that after March 2017, it could come to other platforms. It's 1 hour. It's a story experience, but then there's hidden stuff, Riddler trophies and puzzles that you can go through. And when you go back through the second time, and so I've gotten a couple more hours out of it. So I've been playing for about 3 hours. Hey, look, it's the Move controllers. Shaking, as always. And it takes place right after Arkham City. I won't spoil everything that happens in the plot. I really won't talk about the plot that much, but I will show you the very beginning of it. People were asking about seated experiences versus standing. So that's played while standing. That's what we're doing. Now this game cares about where I stand, and so I'm standing in the bat symbol. If I stand a little bit off to the side, no good, right? So they want me to stay in place. Notice again, I haven't really had to move a lot when playing these VR games. So we're going to continue. And now they want my head in the frame there. Well, that's a bit of a crisis. So we're going to have to. I'm gonna do this myself and see what I can do. So I'm blindly, with the headset on, reaching for the camera above the TV. It's telling me I'm out of the play area. I'm hopefully lowering the camera, backing up, and did I do it? John, am I in a good spot? Mm-hmm. All right, cameraman John says I'm in a good spot. Calibration. And so I had to kind of blindly move that. I haven't had to do that kind of thing for Vive or for Rift. Basically, once you have the sensor set up, it's like, hey, you're good, you're in there. These games on PSVR are a little more finicky. Helps if you have somebody move the camera for you, or you have the skills to do it blind, like I did, like a ninja.
So we're wondering, we have a comment that says that maybe the reason you're getting all the shaking with the controllers is the fact that we are in a pretty well-lit room right now. We don't have any extra lights here, but we do have some beams above here that may be interfering, and some daylight that may...
That is possible, Facebook commenter, but I will point out that I will tell you that we tried this in a bunch of different rooms, and the shake has been evident in various rooms in various light. I played a lot of this in my living room at home. I put the blinds down. I did a check to see it can read out if you have a lot of light, distracting lights behind you, and it like colors them differently. I didn't have those. I still had the shake. Kirk Hamilton, who reviewed the PSVR, he tried it in his living room in Portland, Oregon. And he had some of the same issues as well. So it will vary, I think, depending on lighting. If there was a bright light, we'd probably see like more craziness. I mean, you're seeing it's not keeping me from playing the games and having a good time. Here are my hands. If I go too high, it loses them. So even though I passed the test in terms of where I'm standing, it doesn't like if my hands are up here, they disappear. Out to the sides, good. Down here, good. We're going to jump into the manor. And we'll be in here for, I don't know, about 5 minutes, and then we will jump out. Hopefully have enough time to go through it. Frank, what time is it right now?
We got 12:36.
12:36. So yeah, we'll have time. We'll have time for the shark. John, you're going to love the shark demo, I'm telling you. It's going to change your life. So I'm seeing the vastness of Arkham City spread out before me. And this game you play as Bruce Wayne, who, spoiler, is also Batman. Sorry.
Dude!
Sorry, folks. And I feel like I'm standing in front of the piano, and I've got Alfred. This is like surprising for me because I'm a short guy in real life. I'm at 5'5", 5'6", but I'm taller than Alfred. I think because the game wants me to feel like I'm 6 foot plus. And Alfred's chatting, and it's like I have a virtual person next to me. Like there's a sense of physicality to him. I can see beyond him, and he's chatting with me, and he's about to hand me something. So I think of these as my hands. Batman has pretty bruised hands, and I can take this key from him. Got a piano in front of me. Open it up, and we've got. Oh, we can pick things up.
What's strange is your hand is disembodied, though.
Yeah, they can't do the arms because they really wouldn't be able to track like the rest of what's going on. They're only aware of the physical placement of my hands. Like if I move my elbow up, they would have no idea, right? Because they can't. True. They're not tracking my elbow. But I see a big piano in front of me, and I can play. Notice what's happening there. Oh, I got a little bit of shutter right there. So again, there's something going on with the tracking and the sensors. It could be the lights in the room, but let's touch this. And I now feel like I'm going down an elevator. Had a brief moment of sort of like, whoa, I'm in an elevator that's moving, except it's not. Oh, there's a spoiler, there's a Riddler trophy, because I've played through this once before. I want to be able to get that. So I now have this thing right in front of me. I'm reaching my hand out. You can see this as a flat game, but I feel like I'm in this cybernetic room surrounded by machinery and gear, and I reach out and I take the bat symbol, look down, I have a belt. It's a little weird, I don't have a body, but I have a belt. I have a Batman utility belt. Fixing my headset in real life means my hands go there. You know, this is the kind of funny thing. I pointed this out in the review. Like, you're playing other Batman games, you're like, I want to be able to, like, it's cool if I can swoop down on unsuspecting enemies and, like, string them up and beat them up or whatever. In this game, it's cool that I can grab this and grab this, because for me, it's like these things are in the room with me. And now I have Batman gloves on. So kind of the bar for what's amazing is lowered quite a bit in VR, because even these basic things, like everybody always puts on a Batman mask, right? You do this every day. But when you do it in VR, it's much more impressive. Now I feel like I actually have like a little bit of black around my eyes. This is cool. This is tracking, right? So I can see myself. I can bend my head. In real life, I'm not scowling quite like that.
Give us some blue steel.
You see that? I don't even know what that means.
Zoolander, man.
I don't like comedy.
Aw.
That's why this is such a serious stream right now.
Fair.
But there's some limitations, right? All I can do is make fists. This is like a metaphor for video games. All Batman can do is make fists, and fight and be violent. But I am in this space, and it's cool. Okay, grappling gun, shoot it out at things like that. This is, as I said in my review, more of a Batman I holstered it. More of a Batman standing simulator than anything else, in that you don't walk around as Batman. So this is all about, like, imagine if Batman always had his feet bolted to the ground. Things happen around him. You can use the grapple hook to kind of grab a thing far away and then warp to it, but you warp to it. You don't see yourself get pulled to it. Batarang. So I'm seeing this as like a virtual 3D object right in front of me, which is kind of cool, right? They're very generous with the aim. Oh, whoops. Nope. See that? Like, they kind of help you with the aim. All right.
Batsuit calibration complete.
Pull the handle. Since this is an hour long, believe it or not, it's 9 chapters, and you already experienced the first chapter, which was up at the piano, and we're getting to the end of the second chapter, which was suiting up. There are hidden things in there. There were a couple of the rooms I could have gone to in Gotham Manor, or whatever it's called, Wayne Manor. What am I saying? But it's short. Short. It's $20 from Rocksteady. I like the parts where you're like looking around for clues, particularly like the Riddler trophy stuff afterward. I'm getting definitely a feeling of like a little bit of, not quite nausea, but a little bit of a dizziness of like, whoa, I'm now like going down this thing. This is like, it feels like I am 8 stories up. Like I'm at the top of some like huge shopping mall going through the, or Las Vegas hotel, looking down at the strip. I'm so high above this. I don't know how it looks to you guys, but it's like vast. This waterfall is like a block away from me. I'm in New York City. It feels like it's a block away from me. There's the dinosaur, the giant penny. But this is extremely impressive. Graphics, by the way, what you see, and I should have pointed this out, you're seeing a slightly lower resolution version of the game graphics that are being output by that small box that I showed at the very beginning of the stream. It's being output to the television. That's the spectator view. I'm seeing an allegedly higher resolution version in my goggles. It's certainly more of a 3D immersive world kind of thing. it's not that much sharper. In fact, this looks a little grainier than standard PS4 graphics because the headset is trying to do a whole lot. And all the headsets are like this, where it can be a little bit of a screen door effect. We're going to have to go out of this now, but I'll just show you that you can kind of fiddle around in the Batcave. There's Alfred over there. He'll talk to you if you need to. Oh, I can't do that yet. You could, here, I'll just let him yammer on for a minute. Oh, you can take your own blood.
Whoa.
Come on.
Collecting blood
There we go.
samples.
There we go. Drawing my own blood.
Why would you ever need to do that?
Yeah.
And then put the blood in this mixer here. Those who've played Arkham Knight might know why Batman would be interested at all in checking his blood or
Oh,
other
I
people's
see.
blood.
Okay.
But that would be a big spoiler. I don't want to give it away. This again takes place right after Arkham City. But you know, here, take my blood, Alfred. No, I'm just not into it. And this is how movement works. So people have wondered this. Why are these games so stationary? Well, because you get nauseous in a lot of games if you're doing kind of smooth analog movement. So instead, games have these more like warping effects, like this, where they don't show you the fast movement, the acceleration, because it would make you queasy, but instead you go from point A to point B, more like a jump cut in a movie. So
Initializing.
turn on this computer panel setup, and then we would be able to look at virtual versions of Batman characters, like Batman.
The Joker.
Or the Joker. And now you have the Joker standing in front of you. Nice. So that's it for Arkham VR, and I'm going to welcome my colleague John in, who is gamely willing to try out a shark encounter in
What?
PlayStation VR Worlds.
Yeah, I wish I could try this. I'm terrified of sharks.
John, welcome
personally.
to the shot. I don't even know if you're next to me yet, John, because I can't see. I'm in the virtual world, but thank you
hanging
for
out
joining the
next to
shot.
you.
Frank, how do we look at the shot together?
You look great.
Are we well framed for the people?
Well
They can see
framed.
everything? Okay, awesome.
John's hair looks spectacular.
Yeah, I'll just tell you about the shark. That'll be your shark experience. So PlayStation VR Worlds is an a setup of an arrangement of like a bunch of different short form experiences. There's something called London Heist, which is like a crime caper thing that has some shootouts and you talking to some mob tough guys. Again, you kind of are still in all that. You shoot while standing. You get tortured while sitting. And the shark one is also a stationary one. And I'm going to load this one up for John. And I think people will enjoy getting to a sense of what John thinks of PlayStation VR after hearing me prattle on for so long. And you might all enjoy just seeing a particularly impressive demo.
You can already see the look of fear on John's face.
We're moving into it.
Where is
Carlos says, thanks for fixing your hair, but that's going to mess up your hair so bad.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Well, I have to put it on.
The moment
Yeah,
of
yeah.
truth. Oh yeah, John, come on. This is. You
Gotta do it up.
Spectate. So
Oh no.
let's get this all arranged.
Okay. Here we go.
Here we go. It's time for a bad hair day for you.
I'm ready for it. It's been a
So-
bad hair day for the past 2 weeks.
So this is going to go around your head, and you're going to hold this to pull it out, and I'm just going to pull the headset
This
part
is
out.
reminding me of the movie Quarantine, so I'm not. It's like
So that's a
horror.
good thing. Sure.
Oh.
Hey, Kane would like you to twerk, John. Can you just twerk for a second there?
Wait, what? Is this on? I feel like this is not on correctly.
So-
Sorry, we
Press the
tried.
button.
No
oops.
twerking.
And then what we do here
Oops.
is you no, see the thumb here? I can go in and out. So push your thumb right here. You can squeeze that, and then just pull it in and out. So that, do you have it?
It says the VR headset was removed. I'm a new
That's
player.
fine.
Yes.
Nah, you see that. It's for me. How does it
How do you
look? Though?
touch
Do you
it?
feel like you see a world around you and everything?
There's
Is
a
it kind of-
controller floating
Yeah.
next to me. What is that?
I'll
That's
hand
for
it to
you.
you for a second.
No, nothing.
But-
Ladies and gentlemen, John's never tried VR before.
Never.
So
How does
all
it-
that poking at the screen just now, that was adorable.
Oh, there's a shark.
Yeah, this
How
is
does
going to
it
be
look
great.
to you in general? Does it look like is it blurry? Is it good?
I
Is
wish
it-
there. I mean, it looks fine. Oh, I just touched something. Journey all the way to the ocean.
No, I'm doing that. Look a little to your right. Look a little to your right.
I don't want to see that shark.
Yeah, we're doing.
You're going to have to.
Okay.
You got
so you're
this.
really not going to have to do much. I'm going to give you the controller just maybe for security purposes here, just so you can feel good. But this is not going to really.
Oh, I'm
Okay,
nervous.
so we're just going to
What did I get myself into? Oh, look all
press
around
X to
you.
play. Okay. All right.
Oh no.
So I would put my hand all around the controller like that. Yeah, there you go. So you're in a. You drop your hand if you need to, but you don't really have to hold it that much. But they're talking to you now. Oh, no,
I don't hear
you don't
anything.
have audio. Let's give you some audio. So the lady's gonna talk to you.
And these are your Apple earbuds, right? Someone asked before if you can use any headset. Looks
Yeah.
like you can. It's just a regular headphone
Yeah,
port.
I'll hold
So a
the phone.
3.5 jack.
You gotta enjoy it while
That's
it's
right.
still Finding Dory and not like horror movie.
Yeah,
It's pretty,
it's
pretty
it's nice right
rated
now.
G right now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, those fish look adorable.
Wait. She has to start again. She said we have to act fast on something.
Don't worry.
I'm
You're
scared.
good. You're good.
Too late, you're dead.
It doesn't get scary for a while, actually, so you're not gonna have to worry about the shark for a bit.
They'll grab anything that isn't nailed down. I just need you.
But you see, like, if you look up,
If there's anything of value once we hit bottom.
Can you turn it up? I can't hear her. She said there's a drone.
oh, so this is good for people to know. So there's volume controls here.
Oh, yes. Oh no, maybe a little bit down. I don't want to hear
Yeah.
that shark kill me.
How's that? Is that good? We good?
Yeah, she said every step of the way. Where am I walking?
You're not going anywhere. You're in a cage.
can't
man.
walk.
You're in a cage. Look
Can't
all
walk
around,
in water.
actually. Look around. So look, see.
Oh wait. Oh, I don't want to.
Now look up. Look up.
Can I get a systems check?
Look down. Like you can look all the way down. See, there's.
Oh
all the way-
no. I feel like I'm about to drop. Okay, what is that? Is that a drone?
Yeah. So there's actually not really any controls here. So I wouldn't worry about the controls too much. You could even put it at your side probably. And I would just like enjoy looking around, right? You can look around, follow things as they go past you. You can dance in the shark
Ooh.
cage for sure.
Way. I feel like I should dance as I get.
Now,
out.
all right, yeah, folks want you to twerk.
Stay sharp.
Okay, stay sharp.
To ID what's going on from drone footage. Bill, relay anything interesting to your comms unit. Next floor, basement level.
Can I just tell you my heart is beating really fast right now?
Then we're not taking your pulse right now. So.
You're in for a good show.
But do
We're in for a good show.
But do feel free to look around. You are allowed to look around. You can turn your feet. You don't have to stand in one spot. You can rotate a little bit, so you can stand here.
Can I touch that?
You can't. So it's not reading your hands right now, so it can't really tell what you're reaching out at.
Oh no, something big went down here.
The charts, it's gonna be a tight descent. But hey, you got JJ on the winch and he's the best in the business.
So folks, I put a
They said-
controller in John's hands, but it's more for his own comfort. He doesn't really need it. This is very much a spectator, or not really, more of a
There's
passive
company
experience.
coming my way.
So yeah. So he's not controlling any of this. This is
Where
a
is it?
scripted scene. This is obviously video game graphics. He's seeing the manta rays. go
Manta
by.
rays, that's okay.
Those are manta rays. Those are peaceful.
Well, no, not to Steve Irwin, they're not.
Oh, what?
I was just
Look at
thinking,
that view
yeah.
back there.
It was a
Yeah.
bad joke, folks, sorry.
It's just joking about people's deaths. That's
Yeah.
what Franks do.
That's
Can
how
we
I
just
roll.
address the fact that the music
covering
is
Goth Kid.
fantastic right now?
Music is good. We didn't talk about the music and all this, but it's 3D.
It's like the Little
sound.
Mermaid.
Yeah.
I feel like I can do a little jolly dance.
John's
to it.
having a good time in the shark cage right now. Just a diving cage. We don't emphasize it as a shark cage.
Are those just rocks? Are those fishes behind me? Or
Yeah, and you see on the meter, it's showing you how low you are. So
This?
you're like, yeah, you're
I'm
like
60686?
or is that just 6? I couldn't.
Six?
Tell. I couldn't tell.
I feel like I'm alone. Where are you? Come back.
I'm right here.
Okay.
So, do you see what I mean about how it's so much more immersive when you're actually in the headset than when you see it on the TV
Yeah,
screen?
this
it's
is fantastic.
It feels huge around you, right? Like you feel
I feel like I'm in the ocean right
yeah,
now.
yeah.
Lots more debris.
Somebody get a bucket of water. We'll splash it.
Yeah, I feel like if water was a part of this, I'd be like,
Yeah.
This time.
So there's 3 dives that are part of the ocean descent part of PlayStation VR Worlds. This is the first one. I actually haven't
Oh,
tried
wait.
the other 2.
they're warning me.
He's getting warnings.
They said something is moving around. It's getting really misty.
Yeah, well, you're going lower and lower underwater.
Can I climb back up?
No,
Oh, it's
this
getting
is all
dark.
scripted. You don't really have any control here, so you're
Oh,
just
no.
you're basically just along for the ride.
This is good
Great.
to show. Oh
It'd be
wait,
great
I
to get
feel
the
like-
Little Mermaid music playing all through here.
I don't know
No,
if
the
we have- I
the
don't know if we
music
have the
is
rights to
gone.
that. I don't know if so
Breathe in, breathe in.
Keep your eyes open.
Yeah, they don't know that that's happening. They can't tell that you're breathing.
She said, "Don't swing the cage around." Am I swinging it?
Oh, I wonder if that was some feedback. I wonder if they felt like you were moving your head too much or something like that. Now, you could break the whole experience and like step 3
It
feet
went
back.
completely dark.
And it would, if you step 3 feet back, it would probably just be like you're outside the sensing range or whatever. So you
Wait,
could mess with
wait, it
or
went
playing
dark.
by the rules.
It's not totally dark.
She's still talking to you, right?
No, she's breaking up.
Let's go easy.
Yeah, this part of it. Look around, look down, look down. Jellyfish.
There you go.
Where's my flashlight? It's not shining.
Yeah, they
anymore.
lost power. They lost power.
So that's why I can't hear her.
That's
so
right.
If I die,
No one will know. I mean, they'll pull it up and they'll just have like your skeleton.
If they left your skeleton.
oh,
I
it's
would say
getting
that
darker
fish-
and
Hold on.
darker.
I would say they would take the meat off the bones. And
I don't
then
want to be
sell it.
next to these jellyfish. I'm not going to move because they can electrocute me, right? Is that what jellyfish do?
They sting you.
These seem kind
Sting,
of peaceful
yes.
though. These
I'm
are just
just
like
gonna-
bioluminescent, friendly, virtual reality jellyfish.
such thing
I think
as
we're in
friendly.
we're in
Get
good
ready.
shape
I
right
feel like
here.
I'm going to scream.
You know what we need? We get some anglerfish and those fish that have like double hinged jaws and some
That'd
really
be good. But for those coming in late, we are looking at the PlayStation VR virtual reality headset. John is wearing it right now. His first time in virtual reality. And we're doing the shark encounter on the PlayStation VR world.
Oh, there's a big
disc.
boulder behind me. What is that?
This is you're just going deeper and deeper. This is barely interactive. This is mostly a passion.
She can hear me. She can hear me. She said she lost me for good.
John's getting a little nervous here.
Yeah, man, the anxiety here is strong.
I'm actually really nervous right now. For all of the viewers, I'm very nervous.
Yeah, I think they can tell, John. They can tell.
I can't get the cage lights
So
back. Oh.
Earlier in the stream, we played more interactive games. We played a Batman game where I was Batman.
Oh,
I
my
put
my
on a
light
towel.
is back.
We did a tank game where we shot a tank. But right now, I just wanted John to experience the
My
shark
light is
encounter.
back.
He's dancing. That's
My
how
light
he takes
is
the
back.
edge
That
off.
was important for me.
He's dancing for now. We'll see how long that lasts.
Of that vessel.
Because if the
See
light
that?
was gone,
You see
I
what's
could
in front of
have.
you there? Crash submarine. No, right there. No. No.
There you go.
You're getting to the ocean floor. It's a big submarine.
Military.
Can she bring me back up?
This is recent.
Well, I mean, they call it shark encounter, John. We didn't get to the shark yet.
She said we've got company. Oh, God.
Folks, so yes, again, this is John's absolute first time playing VR
Yes.
anyway. So his reactions are he is
What's the klaxon?
for real here.
The klaxon is.
Got a lot of time.
She's explaining. I'm.
Safe for a while.
She said kill the klaxon. Am I supposed to do that?
No. You can't do it. This is not very interactive. This is more for you to just witness and experience and
We found it.
enjoy.
Just great.
We found it. That's what she was looking for.
Got us doing his dirty work.
Like, bring me back up.
Let's hustle and get as much intel as we can on this wreck. I'm
No.
not walking away with nothing.
Girl, come down here
How are we getting
yourself.
max dive time?
She's saying, she's telling me to get as much as I can, but I'm scared. Oh.
The seismometer just lit up again.
Okay, keep an eye out for falling debris. We don't have a lot of time.
Something orange.
Keep your eyes peeled for anything of interest. The drones will take care of the rest.
I'm getting a strong heat signature
Oh.
on something down there.
Are you looking around? You see stuff behind you or anything?
It's getting a little blurry.
A little blurry. Okay. If the headset's off, you can sort of readjust it a little bit. Too.
Oh no, I don't want to lose this moment. I want to
we're
give you a
good.
jackpot shot.
Well, I don't see a shark yet. Do you?
I feel like there's one right underneath me. It's dragging
Why don't
me.
you
You
look?
could look down. You could look.
Check it out. Maybe.
What is that? Is the woman in that thing the one who's talking?
No, it's just a robot just pulling a thing.
Anything behind you, John?
Whatever the hell's in that
Just a
container.
robot.
Jesus.
It's red.
Yeah, it's right. You're in a nuclear sub, man. Radioactivity.
Careful with that cargo. Let's not set anything off down there.
Don't set anything off.
Whatever it is in one piece.
I'm gonna stay in one
Let's get
piece.
topside and see what we have. I got a feeling we're not the only ones after that crate.
We're not the only ones.
Hold on. We're picking up something large moving towards you.
Bring me back up! Ah! It's coming toward me.
It's
up
above you.
at it.
It's above you. Look up.
Check,
Look
it's
up.
above
Look
you.
up.
Oh, I'm gonna die.
Look around a little bit.
Oh, I'm so scared. It just shaked me. This is actually the scariest thing, VR.
It is. It is pretty, folks. He's not putting on an act. This is very scary.
This
Look
is
at that.
too realistic.
So I was pretty scared when I
This is
first
the
did it.
scariest thing. Ah! Oh, please bring me up, bring me up, bring me up. Yes, 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 come on, come on, come on. Move faster! Ah, gonna die.
I'd like to apologize to everybady's eardrums right now.
I'm sorry, this is actually really
That's
scary.
pretty scary. Where'd the shark go?
What the hell's wrong with that way?
See it in there?
JJ, where are you?
Okay.
Come on, come on.
JJ, for Christ's sake,
Okay, rocks are
Come
falling.
on, bring me up, bring me up. I'm shaking. Debris is falling. Oh my gosh. I'm so scared. I'm sweating.
You are in their office, John. You are safe. You are safe, but
Get me out of here, damn it! This shark is too close to me. Just for everyone to know, I'm so scared I have only one eye open because this is too real for me to deal with, but I have one eye open to make it through. Where did it go?
uh-oh.
It's gonna eat me alive!
It's all right, John. You're safe. It's
This is
it's just a game. It's just a game.
I'm not so sure.
No!
We're gonna have like building security
I'm so
come in.
scared right now. It's gonna come back.
There's no, so he has no front on a shark cage
No,
anymore,
there's
folks.
no
It's a little bit.
eat me.
It is just a game, John. You're gonna be okay.
This is too real. My heart can.
Yeah.
My heart is.
Yeah, I was freaking out when I first played this. My wife was asleep in the other room. I woke her up because I was freaking out. Oh, mine's not screaming quite this much, but it was disconcerting. And then
Where did it go?
The next day, she was like, "Oh, I want to try this," and she's like, "I know why you were so scared."
Yeah.
It is.
Where did it go?
Did you explain?
This is too real. I'm like,
Well, hopefully they're gonna pick him up out of the shark cage pretty soon.
no, no, get me back up. Why are you taking so long?
Are they talking to you yet in the game?
No.
So I figured this would help people get a sense of how immersive
At least the
being
shark
in
is
VR
dancing.
can be. So you guys are watching on a you guys are watching on a 2D screen, and it's probably not very scary to you.
Help me,
But
get up.
when you're inside the VR,
I can't
and
even
it feels
walk.
like so they're lifting you up now. I think you're good. I think you're good. I think you're safe. When you're in the VR and
No,
they have
you're
a
gonna
virtual shark
eat
coming
me
at
alive.
you, no, you're good. You made it. You survived. It's a little more intense.
We're gonna go put John in a padded room right now. We'll be back.
He's gonna get workman's comp for this.
Man, did you ever
Now-
think when you got a subject that would be this receptive to it?
Oh no, you have more company.
No,
Why
we're
is
good.
it-
No, we're good. We're good. This
Please
is
let me
the,
have company.
probably like dinner guests. I think at this point, I think we're good.
That was
So I'll
So
take the controller.
terrifying.
I'll take the controller from you, and you can take the headset off as well if you want. So-
something like Super Smash
Okay.
Brothers. Whoa.
Now that was not an act, right? That
was
it's
so
scary, right?
That
yeah.
was the scariest thing.
So I don't know if you heard me saying it, but I was
felt like I
playing
was
it.
down there.
I was playing it in my living room a few nights ago. My wife's asleep in the other room, and I'm suddenly just start like yelling, and she's like, "What is it? What is it?" I'd never freaked out like that from a game before, and it was terrifying when the shark comes at you and it feels like it's about to eat you. So, what did you like VR?
Yeah, minus.
But not that. Minus the shark.
more like
VR minus
more like
shark.
Super Smash Brothers or something. Something
not
like
VR though.
Yeah, well maybe something with like no deadly animals.
Right.
But it's also scarier doing it with one eye open because I was so scared, so I was like this.
Yeah, you were
And it
like
was scary
leaning-
because I think with both eyes, like one time he was coming from this way and I didn't see him because one eye was closed, and so it was like a.
Yeah. And you actually could have looked around more. You could have turned around and seen
Yeah.
more of what was around you, but you get freaked
So
out. And then
nervous,
you,
so
you're
I
in
just
that cage
stayed in
and
one place.
You kind of don't want to go out of it. So, folks, just to wind down, and we can do another stream of this of PSVR if you guys are interested. So let us know in the comments what else you would want to see or hear about PSVR. But today we showed you a bunch of games. We showed you Wayward Sky. We showed you Arkham VR. We showed you Super Hypercube. We showed you Battlezone. We showed you
How to die with a shark.
John's encounter with a shark on the PSVR. Controllers are a little bit wobbly for this in terms of tracking, but once you're seeing those graphics, as you just saw with John, it does really drown you in a really cool sort of virtual landscape. Drowning, but able to survive.
I have
So
a question.
drowning in a
Wait,
good way.
when you did it,
Yeah.
Did it take you off the thing? Or does it change every time? Did the shark take you and eat you?
No. That's it. Like that thing is totally canned. Like nothing is ever gonna happen differently, which is why
Okay.
I didn't want to do it a second time, because my reaction was gonna be like, oh my god, the shark is gonna tear the cage
'Cause
off
you've
but not
seen
eat
it.
me. And
That
I knew a new experience.
That was scary. For someone who's like semi not into horror, that was like, yeah.
So PlayStation VR, if you're interested in this, it comes out October 13th. We'll have more review coverage on Kotaku. It's $400 just for the headset, $500 for the two Move controllers, the camera, and this all together. And we have a review of the unit up on the site. We have a review of Batman on the site. We'll have more reviews. We'll do more live streams if you guys are interested. Ask us questions in the comments if you want to know more about it. But hopefully this helped you out and gave you a little bit of a taste of what it's like to be in a virtual reality world on a PS4. Thanks for watching.